Hi, and welcome to the WHYcast episode 2. I am Nancy,
And I'm Matt.
and we are the hosts of the only podcast about a hacker camp in the world. This volunteer run event will take place next year in the Netherlands, 42 kilometers above Amsterdam, from August 8th to 12th, 2025. So, Ott, what are we talking about today?
Well, there's a couple of items we have to cross off the list. We start off with the project lead meetup from earlier this week,
Last Sunday? Yeah,
last Sunday. That is technically this week, I think.
yeah.
Um, we have an interview with someone from Team Terrain,
Ooh,
and
and
we
not just
obviously
someone.
not just someone, Stitch,
Right.
and where to hack, obviously,
Yep.
as every week. We're also gonna go through some vacancies for volunteers, and there's a history lesson like every week
Oh, with the influencer. Whoop whoop.
with the influencer. Yes.
Very cool.
But first off, the project lead meetup, projectleiding, as we call it in
Yes,
Dutch.
projectleiding in proper Dutch. Yeah. So we are with 6 people. I will share a photo, and but you can also find us on the wiki because everything is
On the
on the
wiki.
wiki. That's a very scary thing to say because we try to have everything on the wiki. So if you miss information on the wiki,
Let us
please
know.
put it
Let us
there
know.
or
Yeah.
let us know. Um, uh, we are with 6 people, and one of the things we wanted to work on, or have to work on, is budget, so we can determine a ticket price.
Everybody's
Uh,
favorite budgets, right?
yes, so we discussed. Well, it is interesting because it is so relevant. So some things that are stupid but relevant enough are less stupid or less. Yeah, it's
Annoying.
not less annoying because it's so we need it, right? And we really try to keep the ticket price as low as possible while keeping the coolest event ever. So, and that's always give and take, and we always well, it's almost like politics, right? It's we all vouch for different things that are close to our hearts. So we tried really hard to finish it last Sunday for approximately 7 to 8 hours,
Oof.
and we're not done yet. So
Oh.
we'll keep you posted,
Hmm.
because we really want to yeah, get on with the rest of the organizing of the event. But yeah, it's hard work. So bear with us a little bit more. Um, but what we also did, and that is, I think, very cool, because I was really looking forward to this because of Fall Fest in September, and it is more physical meetups with the volunteers. You were there at Fall Fest
Yes.
7,
Yeah.
and I think we can agree that that was
Awesome.
pretty cool. Yeah,
Not
because
just pretty cool. It was awesome. I
it
mean,
was awesome. Yeah,
having
we
that many
have
people there with the same ideas and the
goal.
same
Yeah.
goal in mind, and everybody just trying to be productive and constructive towards that
Yeah.
goal is just great feeling.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we have online meetings for everybody who wants to be involved every month for now. The frequency of that will probably get higher, getting closer to the event. Uh, but when you have an online meeting, it's more like a serial thing. So everybody talks about their teams and what's going on. And what you see happening at those physical days is there's way more interaction between different teams. Of course, also a lot of fun and good food and yeah, friends meeting each other. Uh, so it's more fun and more effective to have more physical meetups. So first one, so please mark your calendars, is still this year, the 14th of December.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we have one every 2 months. After that, so there will be one in February, there will be one in April, 5th of April, which will be a field day as well. So that will be a meet on the fields, on the terrain.
Cool.
So that's great fun, especially because we're going to have Stitch talking about the terrain some more in this episode.
Yep.
And the 21st of June, we will also have a physical meet. As always, you can find all the meetings online, offline, on the wiki. There's a little button on the left in the menu bar that says meetings.
Yes.
So all the meetings will be there. But mark your calendars for 14th of December for now.
Which is a Saturday.
They're all on Saturdays. So you don't have to take a day off from work if you have a job. Unless you have a job that also
requires you to work on Saturdays.
Right? Yeah.
For the majority.
But at least you're early now. You're early now.
Yeah. So all the online meetings are on Wednesday evening.
Yes.
And the physical meetups are on Saturdays.
Yes. And it's great fun. International as well, because people were coming in from Germany and the UK as well. So it's a lovely way and an effective way to make this awesome event happening. Yes. And we need locations for it. We prefer hackerspaces, of course. We've already been to BitLayer in Amersfoort. We've already been to Hackalot in Eindhoven. So probably Boekenworm has sent out an email already to the mailing list, which you can also find on the wiki, about who wants to host which meeting. If you have an idea, if you say, okay, I have place for probably around 100 people to have a meet and greet and work together on the event, please send an email to projectleiding so we can make sure it will happen at your location.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, you already mentioned terrain, team terrain.
Yes.
And Stitch.
And Stitch.
And Stitch.
Who does?
Shall we just hop into the interview right away?
Let's go to the interview with Stitch. Very cool. Yes.
Play the tape.
Welcome in the WHYcast.
Thank you.
We have a WHYcast.
Yes.
Actually. Woohoo.
Hello.
Hello, WHYcasters.
This is the first episode for the first thing.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
You might help in episode 3 or 5.
500.
Or
weekly.
4.
So
yep.
It's weekly.
It's weekly.
So you have like 50 episodes to go.
Yes.
Of 1 hour.
No, half an hour.
2 hours.
Half an hour.
3.
42 minutes.
42 minutes.
Maybe 42 minutes.
All right.
So we're talking with team members from all different types of teams to figure out what's going on in your team.
Yeah.
Do you need help? Because it's also to find maybe more volunteers.
Yeah.
And just share cool stuff about what's going on in the preparations of Why.
All right. And should I break the fourth wall and say you have to help, or?
Yes, you can always do that.
Fourth wall.
And fourth wall.
Hello. So what I've done now is work with Team Terrain. Let me introduce myself.
Who are you?
Hello, I'm Stitch. And And I have helped organizing the past 2 camps. Now the burden has shifted to you and Crystal. Yep. And lots of other people. And this time I have no responsibility at all, which makes it even easier to organize things. Mm-hmm. And this time I've worked on the terrain team a little bit, just to get that going.
Yep.
We've done site visits. We've made drawings, and like first drawing, which was absolutely horrible in hindsight, but at least there was something. So we can talk about it, and everybody says like, this sucks, and say, okay, why does it suck and what do you need?
Right.
And then we switched things over, and we visited the terrain after the Liquidity Drum and Bass Festival, which is 5 days prior to what we are organizing.
Yes.
So, and look how damaged the field was and how terrible it was, and did some statistical analysis if this will be as terrible next time. Mm-hmm. And well, probably not, but in worst case it will be as terrible as it is now.
Yep.
Which makes a part of the terrain the Badlands, which cannot be used. and we figured out where do we have to put things. So where do you place stages? Where do you place the food court? Where do you place things like how do you deal with waste streams or wastewater? Like where can you plant villages and such? So, and that has been on our minds for 7, 8 weeks now. The team is 6 people, so that's really nice. Red Lizard is the chair of that team.
Yeah,
and we've just met here. Some people took 3 hours to go here in Eindhoven.
Yeah,
just by train. So
we're here at Fall Fest.
Yeah, exactly. It's like today is 7th
of September.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really early in that sense. It's really early in the process, but I think it's starting to. There haven't been many complaints, so none actually. So I think it's going to be really nice. Yeah. You can.
Should I worry now?
Think of something. Either we don't communicate, or we are really good at our jobs.
I always assume the latter, just because I can.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So no, it's not there yet, and we're requesting feedback now. We just presented it on stage. So what does it look like with drone?
So you need feedback from other teams?
Yeah, other teams.
Do you also need help from people specifically into Team Terrain as well? Just helping out team volunteers here to check if we need more volunteers?
Yes and no. Other people are always welcome, but there are other teams that are more in need of help.
Yeah.
And we also expect we have to. The next step is write permit stuff. I think that we are pretty fine on that, and we need to plan some build up, tear down, and vendor stuff. The people that join, or like the big companies that put up tents and such, they need to be arranged. But that's in a while, so we'll slow down a little bit, and then we can accelerate just a few months before the event again. So yes, there's always a need for, but the terrain team has never been stronger or bigger than we currently are.
Then it's right
really
now.
Yeah,
that's
really
awesome.
That's really good.
Good to hear. That's good to hear, and it's also comes in very handy that we have someone who has so much in his backpack already.
I've
to
been
make
there.
sure you've been there. You've done it. Yeah. So that's great.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So how are you doing now with all the stuff?
Up till now, it's still crazy fun. I think it's a lot of fun. Probably also because I don't know what I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's ignorance is bliss.
That's ignorance is bliss phase. I think that, which is fine. This is fine.
We'll do the last podcast to see how you look.
How I look, how I feel. Yeah. No, I think and it's also a good thing that there's at least 2 of us and of course 6 in projectleiding in the whole team, and of course things happen. Unexpected things happen, but I'm still pretty confident that I'm still having a good time.
All right, that's good. Yeah, there's always things. Of
course. I'm not breaking or no.
That's good.
That's good thing. That's what I would like to stay that way.
Yeah. So there might be a sleepless night or 2, but most there's a lot of people on the team that have been there already, know what to do, and
absolutely.
I felt. Okay, let me tell a small story about last time. We made a super cool budget.
Yeah.
And the budget was pretty tight, and things were really expensive with the COVID stuff and such.
Yeah.
So we made a tight budget, and then we made the ticket price on that. And when we selected the whole range of cells from different teams, so this cost this cost that, we forgot to select one cell in the spreadsheet, which was 100,000 euros of the most expensive team. So when we were at the point that oh God, we're making a loss and now we're going to go bankrupt. We found out exactly that mistake. So we were another 100,000 in the hole.
Deeper down the hole. Oh,
so
God.
that was the least fun part.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I would recommend is we had 5 people checking the spreadsheet.
Maybe have 6.
Have more. Yeah.
Have more people checking.
Have more
yeah.
and diligently and like it will save you a lot of headache.
Yeah. So because that will probably cause some panic.
It was I think that was the lowest point. It was like, how much do they have? Like gone. Yeah, this project is gone. And it's like that was not.
That's
really
not fun. No,
that's really painful. So you can laugh about it now, but then it's no fucking way.
I will make new mistakes, right?
I hope so.
Yeah,
and learn from them.
Hopefully, yeah. So, well, I think we're all set. Probably, maybe in the coming few months, we will talk to you somewhere again about other cool stuff that you're secretly working on. But if you want to tell us more about cool stuff, come and bring it to us.
Awesome.
Very cool. Thanks. This terrain is going to look so awesome. So looking forward to this one. And Stitch is also probably the one who also makes the drone images. So if you look at the after movie from MCH 2022, which is also in our YouTube channel where we have this WHYcast as well. It's very cool that he's still so involved.
Yep,
yeah,
definitely.
And he's also at the place where we are going to talk about hacker stuff. Each week, we will share where you can find why-minded people, where to hack.
So, where to hack this time?
Well, it's mainly the cool hacking parts and where you can meet why-minded people will be in the in-betweens. But next week, the 1st and the 2nd of October, there's the One conference, which is in The Hague in the Netherlands. It's organized by
the government, right?
The government, basically. Nationaal Cybersecurity Center, so it has cyber in it. Not only I am speaking, but also Stitch is speaking. So this is like a Stitch loving episode, right?
It all comes
Stitch
together.
Rich.
Yep. Stitch Rich.
Stitch Rich episode. Now, I will be giving a talk about why. You won't think. At day 1, in the main room, right before lunch. It's called something along the lines like the history of Dutch hacker camps. The regular presentation is an hour, and I have to shorten it to 25 minutes.
So you're leaving out the future and the importance, and it's just the history.
So that's hopefully by the release of this episode, it's finished and done. And the second day, you can go to Stitch, who's going to have a presentation about how the Dutch raised the security baseline with transparency. And there will be a lot of cool presentations there. I think tickets are invite only, which sucks because we want to have a lot of people there. But on the Tuesday night, there are parties all over The Hague with all why-minded people. If you keep an ear and an eye out on what's going on, you will find them. So please be sure that if you talk to why-minded people, they will probably know where to go. So so we can have some hacker parties in The Hague.
So even if you're not at the event, if
there
you're
will be
in the area,
enough cool people there to have an amazing time. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's I will share the link in the show notes. It's called oneconference.nl. And you can find at least some white people there and stickers, of course.
Obviously stickers. All right.
Let's talk about vacancies. Plural, actually, because we need more. Yeah, we started out with the idea that we want to have one vacancy per episode, but we need more people than that.
We need more people. We need more help.
To help us out. So, you are part of Team Info.
Yes.
And there's a very specific role in Team Info. For now that we want to highlight. There are more, but this is one we want to highlight because
we need a social spammer.
We need a social spammer.
Yeah, we need someone to monitor and post on social media, all the big platforms, schedule messages, and try to grab as much info from other teams that might be interesting for a social post for, informing the world of what is happening behind the curtains in the organization.
And create little bits and pieces of content from because we have a lot to share. So, but it takes time to create it and to send it out. So maybe social spammer can also be plural.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. To
and
have
spread
people
the load
create
a bit.
content for to get more friends and nice people at the event. Cool.
Yep.
Thanks.
And I see someone for team permits. They need someone to help with getting permits. And there's some stuff starting in October. So if you hop in now, you can join in with the startup, with the kickoff.
Yes. For now, we are not with that many people in team permits. It's essential for the event. No permit, no event. No. So it's in that way it's such a grateful job because it's so freaking important to have the permits done. But it's also a lot of work and mainly harvesting all the information from the separate teams because it's about first aid, it's about security, it's about fire, it's about all the different things, traffic. So it's really, really a load of work, and we only have like 2 to 3 people now. So we really need more people to help, at least, to gather all the information and make sure that we have all the information there for permits, to get the permit.
All right. Yes. So if you think that might be something for me, please reach out to Team Permit or just mail Nancy.
If you go to the wiki to Team Permits, you will see mail Nancy.
Then let's hop into the history lesson.
At, do you have some cool history lesson for us?
It's not just a history lesson. It's even a little bit of explanation of computer science stuff. Each episode will be diving into a piece of history, something special from the predecessors of WHY2025. So that could be from the Galactic Hacker Party from 1989, Hackers at the End of the Universe from 93, Hacking in Progress 97, Hackers at Large 2001, What the Hack 2005, Hacking at Random 2009, Observe Hack Make 2013, Still Hacking Anyways 2017, May Contain Hackers from 2021, no, COVID happened, so that became May Contain Hackers 2022. And this week we will be taking a look at pegs. Specifically the woody clampy things you use to hang your clothes on the drying rack. But in this case, a very specific use. Pegs used as a DHCP server, or actually like a DHCP offer message. But first of all, let's see, what is DHCP? Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol is a protocol used to tell a computer what IP address to use on a network and what subnet mask and some other information as well. This is a protocol designed in 1993, RFC 1531 for the people playing along at home. But it's not. It wasn't commonly in use in '97 when Hacking in Progress was the camp to be at. So for the 1,600 computers that were at the event, something else was needed to work as a DHCP server. So they took a tent, one of the tents in the middle of the field, and they got a huge bucket load of pegs, and they wrote the last numbers of the IP address on the pegs, all unique, because that is something that the DHCP server does. It gives out unique addresses, and they had some paper with it, with the other information like the subnet mask, default gateway, things like that, to be able to configure your computer with your unique address to be on the network, and to make use of the 100 megabits backbone that was available on camp, and the 6 megabits internet upload, which was probably huge for 97. Nowadays we can hardly imagine that, but yep, back then it was quite a thing. Also for the camp, they had 40 kilometers of cable on the terrain, which is intense. But Hacking in Progress in 97 had the first use of PAG DHCP. You would go to the tent, you would get one PAG with a unique number, you would get the leaflet with the other information, you would stick the PAG on your network cable, because wireless wasn't the thing back then. It was all wired Ethernet. You would clamp the PAG on your cable, so your cable had your unique number on there. You would configure your computer according to the number on the PAG, and then you were part of the network. Nowadays, this is done automatically with DHCP on every consumer router imaginable. So if you log in at home on your network, your computer just asks, is there someone who can tell me an IP address? And your router says, yeah, take this one. But in 97, it was done with a PAG. And I know that on April 1st of 98, there was actually an RFC released, RFC 2322, describing this PAG DHCP in great detail. The date, April 1st, might be significant. I at least know from reliable sources that that RFC not only got a bunch of laughs, but also at least one relationship was formed because of that RFC. Back to today, back to now, back to the future, back to WHY2025. Well, thank you all for listening, and thanks Stitch for the interview. If you have any feedback, comments, or any cool ideas, please leave them in the comments, or send us an email at WHYcast@WHY2025.org. Tip us with any cool hacker events, some historical Dutch hacker camp stories if you have some cool ones. Visit the wiki for all the information about the event, for the volunteering, for the vacancies. And all the information you ever want is on there, or at least it should be. If it isn't, send us an email as well. Thank you all for listening, and see you next Friday.
WHYday!